Everybody, it's Monday, and welcome to Memorial Day weekend Monday. It is a very important day. We've had a lot of very important days recently. Hopefully, we've had the opportunity to honor them. Amazing weekend, though. Wonderful weekend box office, which we're going to talk about. We've got 22 stories in all to get to in 6 minutes, so I'll be reading rather quickly. We will have bonus time, and we will have you. Since the stream is started officially and I've dropped a poll in the chat, please let me know what you think about that. I want to say thank you to Ruby Hoove, who gifted a Culture Casino membership. In other words, a gifty. That's right. A little early to say gifty. We are aiming for 20 super chats this morning, setting the goal right now and saying thank you in advance to those of you who will aim for that goal. We have a new extended cut of the Bear Dance celebration to celebrate that goal. A different part of the dance. So hopefully you will enjoy that. I got some other things I'm going to start, but I want to say hi to each and every one of you, and I want to grab the very first chat that came in, which was a super chat from Walter Tomaszewski, and just answer this question real quickly. What happened with Jo-Ann Fabric is something that's going to happen to a lot of retail companies who don't move forward with the times and don't see the writing on the wall. Jo-Ann really was a perfect storm. The reason that it collapsed and had to claim bankruptcy twice in a very short period of time. It emerged out of a bankruptcy sale with no one interested in purchasing it, and therefore was forced to sell out. The perfect storm was the COVID situation, the competition that they had from online retailers, which they just lagged behind on, shifting consumer preferences as far as foot traffic goes to purchase, bolts of fabric. There was obviously a lot of store closings forced for periods of time where some people would be utilizing the craft hobby. And all of those factors kind of led to a business that really wasn't viable anymore because of their crippling debt, because it was debt that ultimately killed them. So FYI, those are the reasons that we were where we were as far as Jo-Ann, but let's say hi to each and every one of you. Snortopoopas Cuber, our favorite polar bear, joined us right away. John Coleman is in the house. Our store's open today. Not the good ones, in my opinion, but hey, I don't really get a say in any of that. Morgan King is here, the man himself. Great to see you, my friend. Again, a quick reminder, if you look in the description below, we have the High Roller stream this Saturday, the last Saturday of the month, and then the Saturday after that, we've got the regular member stream, which everybody is welcome to. Yeah, and I should say Jan Monroe is here. Jo-Ann spent the 90s buying out all the little competitors, and that really hurt him as well. That's true. Lots of debt. The debt is what killed them. Jill is in the house with her wrench. Look out, and thank you, Jan Monroe, for being a crafter. I did crafts too. I like, but more of mine were like, build army, like, bases and stuff. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Who else is out there? We've got more hanging out, like Ms. Pick Cafe, one of the great mods here on the channel. And we'll get to the rest of you as soon as we get to the end of the show, because 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in. Let's start here with the box office, which was enormous this weekend. It's a record. Lilo and Stitch Hula danced its way to a record Memorial Day weekend with 183 million US, 341.7 worldwide, and these numbers aren't even final yet. Is that a surprise to anybody? No. Was I calling this out from a mile away? Yes. And I think many of you were as well. There's no way to stop the record Memorial Day weekend, especially since it also had Mission Impossible chasing right behind it at $77, potentially $80 million domestic, and a that's a pretty satisfying global number, and we'll get to that in just a moment. You have to consider that, Tom Cruise put his all into Mission Impossible 8. He had to be carried off of the plane after those amazing plane stunts. Mind you, he's doing all these stunts himself. There's nobody else doing this stuff. It was wild and crazy. If you haven't had a chance to see the film, I suggest it. And if you haven't seen Lilo and Stitch, it's supposed to be very good. I didn't get a chance to see it. I'm still kind of recovering from whatever weirdness is going on with my brain and my eyes and the headache stuff. So Tom Cruise actually was able to push his reign across the top in South Korea. Korea got this film a week before we did, and even in its second week, it beat out Lilo and Stitch. So maybe not the entire globe is going to love Lilo and Stitch as much as we do here in the Americas. We got summer-bound box office headed for $4.2 billion, according to some analysts. I don't agree. I think they're not recognizing that a lot of these tentpoles, especially in July, are set to bomb or at least underperform. Lilo and Stitch do indicate some kind of high performance for this summer at over 180 million for Lilo and Stitch and 80 million for Mission Impossible opening. But I'm telling you right now, I don't see it. And that's part of today's video. If you saw it this morning, dropped just about 2 hours ago. Go check it out after the show. China box office, though, Lilo and Stitch is opening on top in China. It's still in the top 5 with Ni Za 2, which tells you a lot about what's going on in China. Not much. You got Argentina experiencing a strange situation during a Final Destination Bloodlines screening. A theater ceiling collapsed upon the audience. That's pretty wild. Not exactly something I would look forward to, but that seems to go along with a horror movie. We've got Morgan Wallen earning the biggest album debut of the year so far with I'm the Problem, and I think a lot of people would agree. Of course, he's capitalizing on his public exploits of the last 18 months, and I have a feeling that this album will be surpassed, but at least, about halfway through the year, we have a solid country album in contention. We've also got a terrible loss. In fact, 2 of them. We're going to get to this one first. Phil Robertson passed away. If you're familiar with Dynasty, one of my favorite shows, which I actually own on Blu-ray or DVD, one or the other. Anyway, Phil was the patriarch. He was also the football player. He was also probably one of the most thoughtful people that, walked the planet, at least during his period of time on this earth. It's a real shame. He was a real practical man. He had a bout with I believe Alzheimer's, but I know it was some kind of brain debilitation, excuse me. And I'm sorry for his loss, and I'm sure many others are as well. Former BBC executive also passed at the age of 78. Alan Yentob actually was a monster in the creative arts for the BBC. He brought us shows like Absolutely Fabulous and an adaptation, or the BBC adaptation, of Pride and Prejudice. Moving on, more BBC news, which is never good. They just lost Gary Lineker, who really was the staple of sports for BBC, and the Match of the Day program, which he hosted, is, I guess going to be at a loss for somebody to replace him. I think BBC is just absolutely a corrupt socialist endeavor, but hey, that's all I know. Moving on, we've got CoComelon being acquired by Disney Minus. The question is, why now? Netflix deal is ending, and they've had a 60% viewership decrease, which means parents aren't sticking their kids in front of this anymore. So why did Disney pick it up? You got to ask that question. I guess the official full rights ownership occurs in 2027, but I'm not convinced that this is the right direction for Disney. Of course, I haven't been convinced that they know what the right direction is, so that's an entirely other thing. Of course, we've also got the U.S. investment firm Redbird going to buy the Telegraph newspaper. That's terrible news for everybody because it's headed by this guy here, Jeff Zucker, or at least that aspect of it will be, and he's a terrible person. We've got Japan's troubled Nissan automaker banking on hybrids. We've got Volvo cars cutting 3,000 jobs, mostly in Sweden. We've got China auto shares sinking with BYD because of all of their problems, including how to get your money back out of your car after it ages and rusts to pieces. And, Trump warned the EU that they're going to have to deal with a tariff, but he delayed it until July. What's at stake for those Trumps? Well, what's at stake for Trump's tariffs, I should say, is quite a bit, including the fact that the EU sees a new impetus for getting back to making a deal with the deal maker. Why do they do that? Well, because they're screwed for a place to sell their goods. And we didn't get through all 22 stories, but we will as we get to bonus time. I will say this, the delays in those tariffs are making Wall Street go up. On that note, we are going to jump into the bear story in bonus time. Sorry I got too involved in some of the stories, like the Phil Robertson one, but I do that sometimes. And that was your 6-minute daily. Again, we try to do better and we try to do faster, but I guess I really am going to miss Phil Robertson. Now, let's take a look at today's bear story because I think this one's kind of fun. And then I've got a couple other bear stories as well that I'd like to get into. But it looks like residents, let's try and shrink this up a bit for y'all. Residents react in surprise as black bear appearance he just shows up at a Florida Fort Myers shopping plaza. As you can see here, there's a bear. And it's near a Texas Roadhouse, as a matter of fact. And they're all just kind of out there filming the bear. And then this lady's talking about it. Look at that. He's just wandering around, hanging out. You gotta love it. I know the bears are everywhere in this country, but at this 6 Mile Cypress Parkway town square center, it's just hanging out in the middle of town. Fort Myers is wild, let me tell you. But if you don't think that bears are everywhere, just consider this is a populous area. So it was just hanging out. I don't know. I thought it was absolutely wonderful. And that's your bear story of the day. Yeah, I gotta love the Bears. Bears are the best. Let's get back to some of you and your comments and saying hi to y'all because I appreciate y'all being here today. We do have the goal in place. I want to say thank you for those who are participating. June says ain't no bears in my hood. Well, there's bears in Florida. So hey, Tom's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Patrick Lemire says he needed some bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. That's right. Tim Hayes in the house. Good to see you, my friend. John Monkey's here. You know, someone hit a bear on the road in my county last year. Ew. We haven't had a bear in nearly 60 years. That's crazy. I've seen a lot of auto accidents with bears. Guys, this is the time you have to be more bear aware. After they wake up from their nap, they get hungry. As we get deeper into summer, you probably didn't need to worry about that. In fact, Linda's calling that out right now. He knows where the food is. That's right, Texas Roadhouse. If he gets into that dumpster, that bear's eating good for a long time. Avarice, what's going on? Says he wanted to see Indy 500. Speaking of which, did you see what's going on with the Indy 500? One of the drivers hit a crew member in a pit stop. That's not good. You try not to do that, no matter how busy the pit lane is. Bear came to where the people are. That's right. Levin Alpha in the house saying Fort Myers is boring suburban sprawl. It is, but it's full of bears now. It's crazy. That's like the third bear story from Fort Myers this year. Commander Ed Straker of Shadow tossing up the bear emoji. Speaking of the bear dance, we are headed that way. I want to say thanks to Ron E. Bradley over at Follow the Bradleys Fun, the morning show before mine, where you can, follow the Bradleys Fun and news and everything else. Ron does a good job over there. And then he sends everybody here with a raid. So I want to say thank you to all the raiders. You're amazing. Lucius Nature Triste says, looking for cooking. The bear, that is. That's right. Florida. Want to say thank you to SFX F314 Sabertooth Raptor for 5 Culture Casino Cash. Kicking us off with, I'm just going down to my favorite restaurant. Don't mind me strolling down. It's the bare necessities. That's right, my friend, indeed. Culture on our way to see Lilo and Stitch. Penny, please let me know in my video from this morning what you think in the comments. I would truly appreciate that. I'm really trying to get a feel for what the audience likes. Tender Warrior 68's in the house as well. So great to see you here, my friend. We had a member chat from the one and only Ruby Hoove, who's been here for 13 months. And I just have to say, Ruby Hoove, thank you for being such a big supporter of the channel. And let's get that on the screen for you, saying hello, all in Texas with my sis. Have a great day. I hope your sis is doing better. I hope you're doing better. And I hope you're enjoying Texas. Texas is always a fun place to hang out. So thank you for that, Ruby Hoove, and for your 1 year plus of amazing support. I appreciate you so very much. We did get another super duper chat from our friend SFXF314 Sabertooth Raptor. I believe I can fly. Wait, did I get this one? I did. All right. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong. Let's see. Let's see if we can find the other one that I must have missed. Here it is. For 5 Culture Casino cash. Salute to all the fallen this Memorial Day. Countdown to my birthday tomorrow. Well, an early happy birthday to you, my friend. It is so great to see you the day before your birthday. And tomorrow I'll sing happy birthday to you right before we go to That Park Place Live for Morning Magic, because that's where we go on a Tuesday show right after we're done here on the abbreviated 6 minutes daily. Of course, today we did 6 minutes and now we're doing more, all because you guys are here. I believe I can touch the sky. That's right. Don't have me sing in the morning. Penny's saying hi to everybody, including Rob Altus. We got a lot of you here this morning. It's great to see you. Chef Nation got the gifty from Hoove, who gifts a super chat, a membership. Thank you so very much for that, Hoove. You're amazing. We got lots of fun stuff going. Kaladin 910. Great to see you, Kaladin. Hope you're doing well. I missed you. Jared Markham's in the house. Tom from Midnight's Edge, so that he really enjoyed it. The movie ended up giving what? The movie, what he really enjoyed. I'm assuming Lilo and Stitch. The movie ended up giving it an 8 out of 10. Well done to him. Wow. Dragon Queen, young and sweet, only 17 for 5 Culture Casino cash. Again, don't have me sing on a Monday morning. Finally got more good news today. Finally got the insurance check. Yes! So more repairs can finally begin. Hugs for all. Get them done. Yeah. Why do you always have to fight an insurance company? We have some insurance adjuster folks here, and I know they're going to tell us because the insurance, it's not the adjusters, it's the insurance company. They're jerk faces. In fact, Josh Hawley had several terse exchanges with some insurance folks on the floor in the last couple months. If you get a chance to see those, Hawley really stuck it to the insurance folks. Look, there are a lot of corporations and companies that are driven solely by profit motive and not by the actual people they charge. We've got to figure out a way to fix insurance. It wouldn't be that difficult. We just haven't done it yet. It takes a will of our representatives, and those people are paid off in the form of financial support by those insurance companies. So, yeah, hard to fight the way up that hill. So there's that. Captain Phantom Nerd celebrates 43 months of membership. This is one of the OGs, folks. Captain Phantom Nerd, a good friend, 43 months, saying a simple good morning. Good morning to you, Captain. Thank you so very much. You're amazing, my friend. Look at all the gifties. Look at all the lovely things in the chat. I have another video I want to show you. I'm a little disappointed in humanity, let's say. And I don't really want to bum you guys out, but I guess I'm gonna. I have a problem with people. I do. I know that's hard to believe. I don't like them very much. I love all of you. Don't misunderstand. But when people are, I don't even know how to say it. When people are this spoiled, entitled, I'm not sure what words we're going to use here. Let's see if I can share this on the screen. There we go. Help me out with this one, guys, please. This little girl is full-blown nut bar, in my opinion. and she should be held accountable for her terrible, terrible behavior. Let's see if we can make this large enough that everybody can see. If you haven't seen this clip already, you're going to be as irritated as I am, I'm sure. But here we go. I'm not sure if this is a middle of the road teenager, 17, 18, 19-year-old. Don't know. Not sure. Let's take a look. It's wild.
Seriously, Amelia? You knock over a freaking shelf?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Why?
I'm mad because of you. You don't know how to listen.
I don't know how to listen, so you knock over a shelf.
I should go in there and knock down another one.
Oh, they're calling the cops.
On you?
No, I think we should sit here and wait.
This is wild.
I want to sit here and wait.
Give me back my candy.
She just knocked over a whole
just
shelf
called her
in
mom
there
an
because
old woman.
I don't know how to listen. The manager's calling the cops and I want to wait. I want to wait. Leave me, I guess. I'm telling on her. Go ahead. I'm not a snitchy little mommy.
Wow.
Fuck you.
Amelia?
Oh, I'm sorry, you little cat.
This is what I deal with. He's gonna leave. You think I'm not kidding?
This is
you think
insane.
I'm gonna go?
And the father's enabling
She needs
this.
consequences, Eric.
Uh-oh. That's insane. Pure insanity to me. We should not have parents creating these monsters, because honestly, that's what's happening there. The dad's enabling it, and I think it's ridiculous, and I think it's disgusting, and am I right to be frustrated with humanity, or am I out of line? I'm just curious. I want to know. I mean, if I'm out of line, I get it. RC's in the house. Good to see you. Look at all these amazing people here. Tobach drops a $5 crumbly rant. That's right, for $5, otherwise known as Proctor Deuce's Stipendium Compendium, saying, culture knows I have no love for the Diz, but to prove I can be fair, it was a good family flick. Thanks for reposting some of my tweets lately. You bet. We will get that rascally toxic man flu yet. Yes, we will, Tobach, and thank you very much, my friend, for the 5 Culture Casino cash. Insurance is a right. I don't believe that either, John Coleman. I think that they should be treating customers fairly, though. Guys, don't feed the gators. Here's a life lesson from Bill Blum, saying there was a lake in a trailer park in Pinellas County where the retirees kept throwing marshmallows and chicken at the gators. Gators found they were slow. Yes, the older people are slow. It is true. Holy cow. We got another big one from Rolling the Wretched for 20. Culture Casino cash 20. 20. I think we got another one mixed in there as well. Let's grab this one from our good friend, the Mad Waxer himself. Rolling the Wretched. Oops, there we go. Says, you know what would draw more viewers than Lilo and Stitch? A 50K body wax. I bet you it would, but I ain't doing it. Do it for the children and the people that have died in the service of this country culture. It only goes away. It only goes away is when it happens. F in the chat. You guys are crazy. Mexican Iron Man is here. So is the lovely Sherry. Great to see you both. King of the Monsters 1954. just chatting with everybody out there. It's good to see you all. Georgia Peach says, once again, you are spot on. Culture, state of humanity is disappointing. That's so true, Georgia Peach. And thank you for that support. Love Georgia. Atlanta area. Did a lot of work in the Peachtree area, which is everywhere in the Atlanta area. Everything's called Peachtree. Get lost real easy. My first few weeks there was crazy. Brian and Cindy say, I'm with you on this one, Culture. Horrible father. Yeah. Who is massively enabling that horrible child. Indeed. And rough. Just crazy. Just crazy. Hey, Metal Pick is here. What's up, my friend? Good to see you. I don't know about that. Jill Powers says, that kid is going to get bullied at school. One pop and she will think twice before mouthing off. That doesn't happen anymore. They enable that in schools now. There's a lot of terrible stuff that they just let go. They let just pass along. That's a real problem. Not a huge fan of that. It's just crazy. I don't know what's going on. Trying to catch up with y'all. I'm sorry. That girl just irritated me. I don't know what it was. That was one that caught me the wrong way. The school to prison pipeline is working. It seems to be. Yeah. Humanity. That's right. That's right. Just crazy stuff. Everyone does love Davina Duckworth. Or, as I like to say, Davinia Duckworth. Patrick says, one problem is part of the general public think insurance is a catch-all. No. It doesn't stop riots or looting. They have insurance. Meanwhile, legit people have to go through hoops for claims. That's true. And it's infuriating. And it's not the claims adjusters. I mean, I know them. I know several. We have some in this chat, I'm pretty sure. It's just wild. Dragon Queen is back with another 5. Culture Casino Cash saying, ignore them. Culture, you're handsome as you are. They are jealous of what they don't have. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. That's very kind. My goodness. Barry, the Music Man, says, hola, Culture. Hola, Barry. How you doing? We got a couple berries in the chat today. Hannibal Grimm is here. Did the kid push over a fixture or the shelf on the fixture? My assumption is she said a whole shelf. She probably meant the whole fixture. I don't know. But it's pretty disgusting. I mean, and the mom's filming her mouthing off. I mean, do you know how lit up I would have got if I were doing that, especially to my mom? Are you kidding me? No. Did I ever tell you the story of getting thrown down a 15-foot hallway and having my back open the door into my room? I probably didn't. Mouthing off is not a thing. Not a thing. Kids have the power in schools because of their enabling parents. That seems to be the case. That's kind of frustrating. Yeah, she is probably a bully in school. I would agree. That's just, I don't know. And again, I don't know that young person's age. My assumption is they are in the early teens, maybe even late teens. I don't know. The problem is kids are so infantilized. There we go. And so are adults these days. So it's really hard to tell. I don't know. This type of situation always leads to tragedy. Let's just say. We got another A little bit of love here from Ruby Who for 2 Culture Casino Cash, saying, like the trimmed beard culture, looking good. Thank you. We will be keeping this part of the beard a little thinner for a little while. I'm gonna have to take a razor to it one more time to go to the doctor, but everything is looking fine. I think I don't mind the thinner beard at all. We got Gollum in the house. What's going on, Gollum? We got Caveat Ties. I think I said hi to Tobak, obviously. We got lots of great people in the chat. Some new ones, in fact. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I saw a fresh face today in a couple, including Fortunate and some other folks. Dr. Jill Powers out there. You guys are looking good, feeling good. What else is happening? I see Big H. I've got a culture student exchange program with, yeah. There is a pic later with a red mark on his face. I don't know who that was referring to. Hey, JW Djembe says, what does culture mean by move up? Earlier, later, what time? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, in the poll today, which is running even right now, I think no's have it at 52%, is whether or not we should move the show a little bit earlier. I was thinking like maybe 15 minutes to half past the hour. That way, on the days when I'm doing an abbreviated 6 minutes, which would be Tuesdays and Thursdays, because I have to go over to Morning Magic on That Park Place Live. Whether or not I'd get a couple extra minutes with you for bonus time and just to chat, because that's one of the things we do here is have a conversation. So that's what I meant. I would not tolerate that behavior from a child. Plus, my parents would have knocked me out. Yeah. Back in the day, I honestly feel like the lack of respect is because there are not demands for respect. And it's certainly true that you have to earn respect, but one of the ways that you do that is enforce the rules and you levy the remedies. Child rearing is something that I think maybe you should now have to take a class in modern society. And I never would have said something like that before, but there are a lot of unqualified parents out there right now. And it's been a problem. But then again, I love liberty. So it's hard because I'll argue with myself on that one a lot. So, and I just want to say that Dragon Queen lifted me up today. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. To all of you who have commented on the new look or the temporary new look, I thank you. So for a long time, I did have just a well-trimmed beard. That may be the new norm. And I'll grow it out heading into winter because that's when everybody's looking for Santa Claus. So I'm a pretty good Santa Claus. The cannibal remark was for the little girl, not you. Oh, I figured that, my friend. RC, I'm glad you're here. Lots of great people popping in, taking care of things. I really do appreciate it. It's great to see Andy here, the most talented man on the internet. I used to work retail. I saw too much of the behavior. Yeah, well, when you start to see it regularly in like a grocery store, you know, what I think is fascinating is like middle kids, like tweens, I would say that's the right age. When the tween lays down in the grocery store and throws a fit, like a tantrum, like a 4-year-old. No, thank you. Again, that is a lack of discipline in the household. And look, sometimes, and I know people are going to get mad at me, but sometimes discipline takes more than words. You know, there has to be some kind of restraint or tangible punishment of some sort. The problem is we also have generations of people who have been raised this way, where nothing ever came of any of the threats that were levied against them. It's a real big problem. Real big problem. All right. But we have a lot of stuff that's been going on. I have to tell you, I still think Mission Impossible is an okay movie. It's not great, but it's okay. I've been seeing Gary come down a little harder on it than I would be comfortable doing, but that's just me. What I find also fascinating is Disney is trying to backpedal like crazy, and I'm going to make a video about this. In fact, I'm going to be recording some videos today with Kevin Apollo, so more of those to look forward to this week. But what I'm seeing Disney do, and this is kind of important because I do talk a lot about Disney and entertainment in general. We can talk about Warner Brothers falling apart all the time, but right now Disney is trying to roll back all of their political public political uh, divisiveness. You've seen recently, and this is something that I'm going to be covering again, is what's happening inside of ABC, specifically ABC News and specifically The View. They're really trying to roll those ladies back. The latest ratings tumbles rough. I'm definitely going to be talking about PMSNBC again this week as they crumble. Their ratings are broken. The Jen Psaki, the Psaki bomber experience, it was bad. That experiment is over. I mean, everybody's now more aware and enlightened about just how much they were lied to over the past 4+ years. From the likes of Jen Psaki and everything else, considering she was the press secretary at the White House who was lying to you about just how groovy and great things were inside the White House. I have a feeling that she, as a presence or a front person for PMSNBC, is going to have zero credibility when she walks into testify in front of Congress and maybe eventually in a court of law, and maybe found culpable for some of the lies that we were told about just how great things were inside the White House. So that's definitely going to be a story we're covering this week. There's tons. It just keeps going. And the fact that apparently, I mean, normally I don't talk politics, but that's just front and center right now, and that's not my fault. I'm still going to talk about how engaging entertainment is, especially specific shows that I like films I'm looking forward to, because there are some. I mean, I want Superman to be good. I have very lowered expectations now. So that may be one of those films, much like Mission Impossible 8, where I'm going to try and look at it from the most thoughtful perspective because everything I'm seeing, it's looking more and more rough. So there's that. Brian Mack, happy Memorial Day to you and to everybody. I think I have now said that a few times, but there's nothing wrong with saying it more. It's so great. But yeah, anyway, so you're going to see a lot of that kind of coverage this week, and there's nothing I can do about that. Hannibal Grimm is correct. All actions have consequences, or every action has an equal reaction. So you have to remember that. Mission Impossible sounds messy. I'm going to say Randy Schultz. I hope that's right. Psycho Dwarf 9, who I know. It's good to see. I didn't realize that. You changed your name. Mission Impossible sounds messy. Yeah. Yeah, it is easily 40 minutes too long. In fact, when I get a digital copy of it that I can actually edit, I'm going to do a fan edit of it and see if I can clean it up. I think it can be done. I think I could probably cut it to right at or just under 2 hours. I will remove the 5 minutes of furtive glances that you have to suffer in this movie in multiple parts of the film. I'm going to remove some of the nonsensical flashbackiness. I'm going to remove the interaction with the AI, the direct interaction with the AI completely. There's almost zero reason for that to be in there. It wasted a bunch of time because it didn't add to and or take away anything from the story. And if I keep it in, it's going to be very small amounts. And all the overacting, and the film suffered from too much cast. Um, and it suffered. Well, I mean, you could have used the cast better and just not given them as much screen time. And that's what I mean by it suffered too much cast. So, but yeah. Oh no, I'm not going to come down on Tom Cruise. It's not Tom's fault. Tom did everything he could, and like I said, I mean, he did that one airplane stunt in the fixed wing biplanes um, that I he just absolutely completely totally exhausted the guy, and yet he still did it. Oh no, it definitely looked like $400 million. I could see where it was spent, my friend. You are spot on. Um, but it was just too much. It took too long to shoot too. That wasn't helpful at all. Well, and this is the other point from Caveat Ties from the Green Machine. When it comes back to the youth situation, they're being coddled all the way up through every aspect of school, and that's a huge problem. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I try to be as kind hearted as I can be, but at a certain point, society cannot operate with any of that. You just can't level that kind of quote unquote tolerance only in one direction and expect it to work out. I think we're on the right track, and I think that Trump hasn't gone far enough. I think we should eliminate student visas across the board for, I don't know, a year, because none of these entities are taking their responsibilities seriously. Well, you're not providing the service that you promise the people that are attending your schools. They're not safe on your campus. There's not even the illusion of safety. They're not being taught. They're being indoctrinated, and that's not a step forward. I'm surprised that we actually have foreign students coming to the United States universities to learn anymore. Why would you? It's a step down in education. You've destroyed it. What's the point? Anyway, Caveat Ties says, I'm around a PC so I can super chat. Thank you, Caveat Ties. Have a happy Memorial Day and get you all on Criticless. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm on Criticless. I do reviews on Criticless from time to time. I even link my reviews from there from time to time. I love what they're doing over there. I think Blaine's doing a good job, and I love what they're doing with the show, the Monday show. I think it's a Monday show, or is it during the weekend? I don't remember. Is it Monday or Friday? Anyway, there's a Critically show out there on Drunk 3PO's Basement that I would love to be a part of. So there's that. Yeah. All right. Well, it looks like we are getting ready to wrap. You guys have half an hour and change to check out today's video drop this morning about 3 hours ago now, talking about the incredible box office weekend we just had, and basically where I think it will finish after today, because again, today's part of that holiday weekend. So just consider that. We got a wonderful super chat from our good friend and amazing veteran, John Coman, for 5 Culture Casino Cash. Thank you for that, John. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Can't wait to hang out with you soon and chat it up like we did. Said, my dad told a student to pick up his trash from the floor. The principal came up and told my dad to stop and threw it away for the kid. We are lost. Wow. Really? Yeah. Somebody suggested to me that because of the way the youth are right now and the lack of discipline, we should have forced conscription. I was like, I tried to argue against it and I struggled. And I was like, no, there's some people we really don't want in the military. Also, you don't want to give the worst types of people the kind of training that they would get in the military. So there's that. JW Yembe says Oprah hands out environmental justice degrees for everyone. Just look under your chair. Oh, all right. I'll check after the show. Thank you for that. Anyway, I hope you all have the best of holidays. I hope you've already celebrated. I hope those of you that do the familial visit to the grave sites have either done that or are doing that today. And I just want to say, no, some people are untrainable. That's true. But you guys are absolutely, just absolutely the best. And even though we didn't make it, I desperately want to play this clip so that it will encourage you to, it'll encourage you to play it'll encourage you to play the bear clip in the future. So let's get to it, and then let's get out of here. I just want to say thanks very much. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya. Midnight's Edge in the Morning is coming up next. Go check out today's video.